Hello there, everyone. As in one person. Probably Islander. Just have to import a couple models real quick before we get going. I converted a bunch of these cover meshes to full geometry, so no more alpha maps. And that's the way to go. So today we're going to be working on the Redwoods again. Probably some new areas of it because the Redwoods stretches out a pretty good distance. So just need to add these in real quick. The Redwoods is definitely one of the heavier biomes we have performance-wise, so everything I can do to cut it down, I'm gonna do that. Just a few meshes. See if these came out all right. Is it this? Perhaps? Yes. Excellent. Okay. Opaque, we're good to go. Let me just apply that to all of these meshes and we're good. Okay. Yeah, this, even though it's a small thing, there's thousands of this mesh here. And before they were all using alpha masks, which are going to run pretty not great with nanite, so had to fix that. Let's get everything switched over. This will just take a few minutes. Will be well worth it. I think it's time I get a new keyboard. Need something a little more satisfying to listen to. This one has served me well, but I could also use a numpad, so that'd be cool. How's everyone doing today? Oh, two of these. I think I might have accidentally cut it out twice. But I've actually made quite a few changes in the Redwoods since the last stream, so you'll get to see some of those today. And I think today we're going to put some smaller cliffs here, some ravines in the woods. Just want to change up the landscape a little bit, make it look a little nicer. Probably redo some of the foliage as well. I also wanted to work on the transition from the jungle to the redwoods, so it's a little less jarring. Okay, we're nearly done with these. Just need to set them down right about here. That's good. Good. Well, they might already be fine. What do you know? Oh no, I've lost them. There they are. Okay, I guess they're fine. Yep, they are all good. Alright, we're just going to replace them and then move forward. It seems like streaming at this time of day wasn't best, but I had a lot I had to do before I could get on, unfortunately. But I'll be here for a while, so maybe we'll have some more people drop by and take a look. There we go. Didn't change that one. I'm going to leave that alone. So that's a pretty good amount of them replaced already. Excellent. There we are with the new full geometry ones. Let me just make sure they're not anywhere else. Same here. I love just working on it. It's going to be great when everybody can play it. I'm just doing a little bit of this so we can make sure it also runs well for everyone. Seems like a small thing, but makes a big difference. I believe we're probably done. This is the last one I'm going to check. Okay. So now we can carry on. So, take a look around here, see where we want to start. Definitely need to get some of the rocks placed on this mountain over here, because they don't go all the way over this direction yet. Have some landscape to fix over here. I guess we'll keep this material for now. I recently fixed it up a little bit, so it looks a little better. But I'm still not the biggest fan of it compared to this. You know what? Yeah, we're going to replace that material because I can't do it. It may look like nothing's changing. It will in a moment. In fact, let's hide the foliage here. Because that'll make it easier. I think I'm going to use the mossy ground material closer to bodies of water and stuff like that, because it just doesn't look that great in huge quantities. So you'll see here we have some new paths through here. Been working on making it a nicer place to walk through. At first there were some areas that were a little bit too dense, things like that. No more. I'll probably keep the trees hidden for a little bit so we can see what we're doing while we shape up the terrain a little bit more, make it a little more interesting, not so flat. This part shouldn't take too long. But this mossy ground material just doesn't look good in large amounts. So I'm probably going to end up replacing it at some point, or I'm just going to use it sparingly. These seem to be missing a texture. I will fix that. And please feel free to let me know if you think of any suggestions that you'd like to see while we're streaming, and even if I don't do it today, it's something we could still consider doing at a later point. Kind of just depends. Some things take longer than you might think, and some things aren't so bad. That is something we're thinking about. At the moment, I've been working on some trees that might be able to be used for that, seeing how feasible it would be. And I'm glad you think so. I love working on the Redwoods. It's definitely one of my favorite areas, if not my favorite. I can't decide between the jungle and the Redwoods. I think it also depends on the weather, which I will be changing soon. The jungle looks amazing when it's raining. And Redwoods, I still have a little more to improve with the atmosphere here, but I want the misty look. But I think that paired with some maybe overcast or partly cloudy weather would look pretty nice. Of course, it'll always be changing, but and there's actually more redwood I haven't loaded yet. That is right over here. And I'll actually be replacing that snow layer soon. I think we can do a lot better with that. I'm just really picky about which materials are used on the map, so sometimes it takes a little while to pick one that looks good. I think Islander is just as picky as I am, if not more. Not a bad quality. Almost done with this part. I've needed to do some work over here for a little while. Good. Nope, not good. Save some of this. I'd rather not lose any progress. I definitely hope to put some really large trees in the game soon, though, that would be good for humans to climb up in and make homes. The only thing to worry about there is just how heavy the models will be performance-wise because they're so huge. So that is what we're waiting to see. Looks like I missed a couple of spots. Oh no, shaders. Okay, now let's do a little something with the terrain. We just need to smooth out some of these older sections that aren't quite where we want them. Then we'll give them some actual shape. We still need to fix this up too. So I believe we'll do that. Hello there. Glad you stopped in. I know the stream's not at the best time of day, but didn't have many options today. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now they're actually, the trees are all here, but I have them hidden right now so I can work on the landscape a little bit without them blocking my view. Because when they're fully populated, I can't really see the ground, so... Yeah, do you think so? Definitely let me know if there's anything you'd like to see here. Like I was saying earlier, even if I don't do it today, it's something I can still keep in mind. I just think we need a little bit more variation in the landscape in the Redwoods because many parts of it are just flat. And for one, we need to cover up the view of so many trees at once. And two, it's just boring being flat, so we need to change that. The map is 64 square kilometers. It's pretty huge. That is almost twice the size of Skyrim. Just a moment. Yeah, in the streams I only have small sections of the map loaded at a time. It's so huge that I can't load the whole thing at once. So oh no, not at all. We have quite a few people on the team. I definitely wouldn't be able to do all of this on my own. The landscape is all me, but actually Islander has helped out a couple times on the landscape too. But the programmers, there's several of them. We have artists, all kinds of things. But while their work with programming might not be something you look at, and it's hard to see progress with programming, but I assure you they do just as much work as I do, if not more. It's not 64 by 64, but the total area of the map is still 64 square kilometers. It's pretty huge. And that is why I can't load the whole thing at once. We just have a couple small sections right here loaded. I'm glad to hear it. We'll save that real quick and then we'll actually do something interesting with the landscape. For the record, it won't be much longer until we work on the Horseshoe Crab Temple. Obviously the most important part of the map. Yes, it will all be accessible. We'll have more than one server, obviously, but you'll be able to access the entire map at once. This part always takes a minute. But we also need to paint some more paths through here, so we're also about to do that. Because I have a few now coming through the first part of the forest, but I think I'd rather do shaping the landscape a bit more first and then paint the paths, so we have a little better idea of where we want them to go. turn up my little portable AC in here a little bit more. My PC makes the room a little bit warm, to say the least. Especially when I'm working on the game. Maybe we should start having like a song time during these saving screens, where I'll sing you a song. We'll take requests, it'll be great. Really, everyone's leave if I do that. I guarantee you. Okay. Let's try out... I added some new landscape alphas to paint with, so we're going to try them out and see if they're any good. But I would like to add a little cliff. I think maybe over here. See how it looks. Definitely gonna need to smooth it out a little. We don't need the Minecraft look. There are a couple small swamps. There are gonna be bigger ones too, though. I've kind of been working on how I want it to look, so I haven't fully committed to a big one yet. But I think not too long from now I probably will. Turn this up a little bit. Definitely gonna have to remove some trees from this, because I'm guessing there are probably some high up in the air right now. That'll work. Just need to make it a little bigger because when we smooth it out, it's going to get smaller. Clean it up a little bit. I try not to. It happens sometimes, though. But I don't know. That almost sounds like you want it to happen, and you just don't want to say it outright. Maybe I'll do it, just for you. I wouldn't want to disappoint you. I think a little bit of erosion. This definitely doesn't look good yet, but it will. Might use a different pattern. I'm not a huge fan of this one. We'll see. I'll give it a chance. Yeah, it's not the vibe. Need a better one. See what this looks like. Much better. Now we're getting there. I just like to have those little micro details in a landscape. It's so boring when they're flat or smooth. Shrink the brush a little bit. Touch up some of these. I think these might need a little bit of smoothing, actually. But not too much. We just discussed this. It's not acceptable. I just like it to have that look like it eroded over time, and it takes a few minutes, but it's something people will see for hundreds or thousands of hours, so should make it look good. I had no idea when I was a child that building sandcastles was actually going to be what I was doing pretty much when I was in my 30s. But here we are, building really high poly sandcastles. It's good enough. That's pretty good. We'll just fix up a couple of those sharp points there. You don't need the Minecraft look. I mean, Minecraft is great, but they're also not using nanite. Need to make the trees pop back up so we can see how crazy they're looking right now on this mountain. Oh, apparently there's a tornado watch near my house right now. So if you hear a loud roaring sound, I'm not hiding. I'm working on the game. Tornado can wait. Let's see how the trees are looking. Just as I thought. Stop it. This one can stay, that's pretty cool. But it does need to move. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. Is there a reason you are ignoring my brush? How utterly rude. I'll delete you manually. I will take the time. I love these trees. They look amazing. That one definitely needs to move. You could still stay up here though, but somewhere different. And it disappeared too. Okay. That's normal. Yes, there will be places like that. I'm definitely a fan of secret places. Just select all of these and fix them. Looks like there are some trees under the mountain too. So normally they're supposed to move with the landscape when you move it, but every now and then it doesn't work like it's supposed to, and they'll just stay wherever they were before I changed it. So you can use this little button. Obviously it takes a minute because it's such a dense forest, but you can use a hotkey to level them with the ground again. It didn't seem to do much of anything, gotta say. Looks like it fixed the smaller foliage. Is this one gonna disappear too? Let's find out. No! Excellent. Gonna have this one kind of sticking out of the side here. Just need to fix any that are halfway in the ground. There are more trees here, by the way. I just don't have them loaded right now. So later on I'm going to come back and actually add rocks and things on this mountain. But right now we're going to continue making more changes. See what this brush looks like. Hoo, that's pretty cool. This one, I have a different plan. I think we'll make a little path so you can go up on this mountain. I don't want them to be just for looking at. Yes, I am doing the Skyrim thing. You see that plant? You can go there. Okay, so let's make a little path. I'm thinking along here. Something like that. Raise that up a little bit. Basically, we're just kind of leveling out the ground a little bit, make it easier to walk on before we actually make it look good. There will be some spots where we'll use stairs or something to that effect. Whereas places like that are a little bit steep. Now, what's going to be at the top of this mountain? I don't know. All we know is you can go there. We'll work out the specifics later. Thinking up this way. About like so. Actually, you know what? Let's make it go this way. A little bit of erosion never hurt anyone. Oh yeah, usually you're not going to be able to see it that clearly, but I'm also still deciding on what I want to do with the rocks. But yeah, the tiling won't stay evident. I'm trying to strike a balance between hiding the tiling and not wasting performance on things that I could cover with other methods. which is part of the reason the ground is so dense everywhere with plants to cover up tiling. Usually with mountainsides, I cover it in rocks, because things like that are pretty much free with nanite, but adding more instructions to a landscape material that hides tiling is not free. So now I just need to paint a path through here. And also, I smoothed this out earlier, so we need to make that look a little better. Still think more on what's going to go up here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I want to put something interesting up here, but I'll think on it more, and for now we'll just make it a location. Go, just wanted to make sure there's not any overly smooth spots. Let's say about that size. We'll just paint a general outline for the path. Need to turn that down a little bit. There we go. But I'm thinking that path looks better in the jungle, so let's use a different one. We'll take the grass off of it too, because that's a little intense. think this will look pretty nice with trees up here and some rocks. Let's remove all this grass. Oops. Would the game be complete without a Walmart? I'm thinking no. How else are the humans going to get their groceries? For the lowest prices around. Just need to shape it up a bit more and then it's good enough for the moment. Think a little erosion. I'll have to actually come back and test this, make sure it's not too steep. Level this out a little bit. Then we're going to take a look and see what the trees look like up here. I definitely want some up here, just not too dense. See, this is a little bit questionable if it's going to be too steep, so I'll be coming back to playtest it. Good. Yeah, hello there, good looking. Okay, gonna save it because I have 49 changes. Think I'm gonna grab a Jolly Rancher. That's the stuff. The blueberry ones. I think it's blueberry. No, blue raspberry. Let me tell you, it's good stuff. That, however, is not. So we're going to change this. Way. If it'll auto level itself. Gonna find out. Alright, it worked for everything but the big trees. Better than nothing. This one can go. don't think we need ferns growing on the side of the mountain. As great as ferns are, it's not the vibe. We'll get to that part in a second. First, we need to take care of these cliff ferns. Not a species I planned on including. These don't want to listen to my almighty brush. We can keep the cliff fir. Actually, no. No, we can't. I lied. We'll check those out in a second. I'll leave trees in some spots if it makes sense, but we don't really need them growing out of the rock. I don't know why this is so enjoyable to me. It just is. When they gave me power to work on this map, they gave a child an entire playground, and I'm using it. Some of these seem to be a little bit stuck in the ground, and that's why the brush isn't picking them up. Oh well, worth it for a cool looking mountain. I think I'm actually going to make the biggest mountain on the map, the one kind of in the center of the map, bigger than it already is. Because I want it to stay the biggest. And if I keep throwing down mountains, there's probably going to be another one that ends up being taller. You know, now I have to think about where the Echoes of Extinction Walmart is going to be. Maybe right next to the Horseshoe Crab Temple. Seems reasonable. Go there, get you a bag of Skittles, and then go to the temple. That seems reasonable to me. I think we need to talk to Ellender about it. A couple of people ganging up on him. I think we could convince him. If you're here, Islander, know that this is coming. It's gonna happen. It's up to you if you want to be supportive. Looting things. Now you see how easily this happens. It's why it's one of those things that you'll see every now and then in a game, because it's just so easy to miss it. Definitely a time-consuming thing to fix, but I'm not particularly in a rush today, so we'll survive. I think I'll just fix the height of the big trees first. And then we'll find all the other ones that need to be deleted. Just getting these because I see them. I really wish I lived near redwood trees because I love these things. That being said, I ordered a giant sequoia seedling that I'm going to grow into a bonsai tree. I ordered that this morning. Who knows how successful I'll be, but I'll try. I know this isn't the most exciting thing to watch, but I don't like to leave things in bad shape. I always come back and fix things up more later on, but don't want to actually leave it looking bad. It'll just be a lot easier to wipe out the smaller plants that are in the wrong place if I don't have the huge trees halfway in the ground blocking my view. That doesn't need to be there. Right. It's like we've almost gotten through them. It's abnormal. Say, a long time ago, I didn't think it would be so possible to have these insanely dense forests and actually be able to run it well. That is probably my favorite thing about nanite. Getting close to the base of the mountain, then we'll be almost done with it. Then I need to take a look and see if there's something we could start doing to cover up the transition between the jungle to the redwoods. Because they're a little bit jarring to see next to each other. Somehow I missed this one being entirely in the ground. There's another one. I think. Yep, that's what I thought. Get out of here. Actually starting to be able to see the path. My intention from the beginning. That one can go. And it's just too dark down here. For some reason I have that Cruella de Vil song from 101 Dalmatians stuck in my head right now. I don't think I've even seen that movie recently. What's wrong with me? Almost there. Allegedly. I've been trying to get my kids to watch older movies. I think Jurassic Park is going to have to be one of the next ones. I got them started on Jumanji, so that's, it's a good start, but we need dinosaurs. Yes, the legendary floating tree. Just look at that. Look at that. That's the kind of view I love here. Little. I just know one of you is going to play this when it comes out, and there's going to be one redwood I missed all this time, stuck halfway in the ground. You're going to remember this. Yeah, see, like that. I went past this way earlier. And now here we are. Oh, that one's right in the middle of the road. That won't do. To be fair, there's a lot of them, so easy to miss. I wanted to have one kind of coming out of the side of the hill there. It looks like we're about there. I just need to make sure there's no more halfway in the ground. The legendary floating ground patch. Probably go around later on finding the rest surrounding this. I want to at least have the path cleared out, though. Look at that. One right here. Don't want too many empty spots. I think we'll just move this one around a little bit. I think we'll probably do one more thing before I end the stream. Double checking some of these. I'm sure there are more I'm going to find later on. just sent me a message. Ooh, a Snapchat. Who would Snapchat me? What a poor decision. Okay. This is good enough for now, so I can come back later on and fix up the rest. Guess I'm just grabbing these last couple. Okay. Good enough for the moment. I think what we'll do is shape up this stream a bit. Put a few more trees around it because it looks like we're a little thin right here. And then we'll call it a day. I think the erosion brush is my favorite one, if you can't tell. I use it constantly. It looks so much better than smoothed out landscape. That's no good. Because if you're going to have a high resolution landscape, you should just use every bit of it you can. We'll actually smooth this first. The bad thing. But then we'll make it pretty. I do actually like this part though. I'll keep that. Only need to keep that covered up until I come back and edit it. Okay, now we'll make it look a little nicer. Because smooth is boring. I'm gonna leave that sticking out of the ground for now, just so I can remember to come back and fix it. Plant a few trees here, and then we're good to go. I know, the saving is the most exciting part. Excellent. Some trees. See, isn't that so much better? Oops. Except for that one. Maybe not that one. Okay. I would say that's good enough for the moment. Alright, so next week I will try and not make it quite as late in the day as it was this time. Had too many things to do after the holidays. But thank you all for stopping by, and I hope to see you next week as well.